Well, hello, my wonderful, beautiful broskies and broskies of the Dark Shadow Maverick Nation. I am the Dark Shadow Maverick, and I am here bringing you part 4 of What If Izuku had the Carnage Symbiote Epilogue. Enjoy as we begin our story. Mm, 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 God. Ah, shit. Last night wasn't fake. Really did sleep in all that time, and the whole thing with the whole meat Dorito and Mr. Asgard and the stone things, ponies, and the interdimensional portal. All of that was true. Yes, all of that was true. And holy shit, there's someone next to us. What? Don't turn around. Now that you said that, I really want to turn around. Okay, who could it possibly... Oh, shit! It's a Sunset Simmer person. And again, she did have that, their version of you inside her for the longest time. I think that would actually make her want to stay away from us instead of come near us. But then again, you and me were preparing something up in our mind while we were asleep. Maybe if I get some sapphires, I can get Spike to follow a path. And then all I'll be left is Glimmer person and this, whatever's version of Venom. Ah, yes. Well, the whole Spike thing seems relatively easy. The others will indeed be a problem. What? What? Um, the 5 more minutes. Oh my god! Uh, um, uh, you don't remember going in here, do you? No, I do. It's just the shock from knowing the symbiote that I have in me is the symbiote that killed your crush is messing with your head, isn't it? Trust me, if you were to go back far enough into your head, you'd be able to see some of my shit too. In fact, possibly all of it. What? Yeah, Twilight probably wouldn't want you knowing about any sort of sympathy you could give me, give towards me, at least. You see, at the age of 5, I was diagnosed quirkless. Quirks are basically superpowers. If you were to have, say, a fire quirk, however the fire quirk worked, you could basically use it in that way. There are both pros and cons to having quirks. However, if someone is quirkless, or has a weaker quirk than someone else, or even has a quirk considered villainous, well, their lives are all blown to shit automatically. And technically, I am the most non-former. Huh? But you had a quirk. Half hot, half cold. It wasn't always that way. In fact, right, basically, as me, mom, and dad, basically, car ride home from the quirk doctor visit, where I was told I was quirkless. By my mom from the doctor, information that she was given from the doctor. During that car ride, we actually got into the middle of a wreck with a 18-wheeler. My dad was basically left dead. However, Mom was put into a vegetative state, barely still alive, thanks to her symbiote, Venom. Yeah, think about it. My friend Shinso's symbiote, Venom, was originally inside, of my mom. And, basically, I guess as a last minute precaution to, save the Earth, seeing as both her and Venom could feel it, our version of Riot was going to come sometime in the future to Earth to try to do the usual for most conqueror type symbiotes. So the process of replication was done, and Carnage was created because of it. And basically, a man by the name of Enji Todoroki, also known as the Flame Hero, or number 2 Pro Hero, Endeavor, found me basically as I was running away from the orphanage where everyone there treated me like shit. He basically found me from the look in his eye. He knew how kids in the orphanage, depending on whatever status they had before they were put in the orphanage, how they were treated, and that the majority of them were still treated like shit. So, he adopted me. From then on, I was not Izuku Midoriya, I was Izuku Midoriya Todoroki. And a little while after that, being so frustrated about being quirkless, I accidentally send out tendrils into one could consider my older brother, who's tried to spend the most time with me out of all of our family that still remain. Someone by the name of Shoto Todoroki. By sticking my tendrils into him, completely on accident, mind you, I gained his hot and cold quirk, plus an advancement in the hot part of his hot and cold quirk. This advancement being those, basically, the quirk of his own brother. Basically, I was also considered a replacement for ever since he disappeared off the face of the earth. Toya Todoroki, his quirk, cremation flames. The blue flames I exude are basically the same thing as the cremation flames that Toya exudes with his quirk, cremation flames. I have a choice on which type of flames I want to use. I usually don't like taking chances, just in case somehow my quirk gets out of control and I end up somehow hurting Carnage, although he's basically mostly adapted to some sort of flame resistance, even when considering my cremation flames. I'm happy about that, but basically, as you should already know, the story's not over. Around the time of a certain something to do with a certain hero school, basically, after we had finished the certain thing and came back home, well, we basically had our own crushes. Shoto's being a girl by the name of Momo Yaoyorozu, now Momo Yaoyorozu Todoroki, because of the fact that they ended up getting married. And, well, a certain girl, her name, Himako Toga. She was the love of my life for so long. Basically, not too long after that, there was some certain things, like the arrival of our riot, and what me and Carnage decided to do to him for all of the pain and suffering he could have caused a lot of people that could have ended up being our friends, and even possible family in the future. He threatened so much of what we could have had in the future that the only thing we knew to do about him was to give him what we considered the ultimate punishment. We ate the symbiote. However, we left the body of the host to, well, I don't know how much you were told about how Riot, at least the Riot of wherever you're from or your friends are from, Equus, I believe, how he treats his host, or how he did, considering he's also dead. It's a good thing, too. I wouldn't have been too happy if your riot was still alive, unlike ours, which we killed personally ourselves. Though he did make a short return sometime in the future, though we just did some, well, self-inflicting damage to ourselves that really didn't bother us all that much, just to get rid of him permanently. And make himself like an infinite energy source. But that's not really the thing. The thing is, around the time that happened with Riot the second time around was the time of the sports festival, the UA Sports Festival, and well, not any time long after that. Well, basically ended up finding out that Toga had been killed by someone known as the Hero Killer Stain. As you could probably figure out by now, did what any loving boyfriend would do if they had enough power to do it. Killed his ass. Oh yeah, you know it, we killed his ass. And without hesitation, without any kind of sort of hesitation. And well, after that, it's been a while. Then there was the forest training camp that happened after the final exams. The final exams were a little something something. However, the forest training camp, that's where I met my true love. Or at least the woman who would become my true love. Her real name, Yu Takayama. But the people that don't know her as well simply know her as the pro hero Mount Lady. Technically, since we're married, she's technically Yu Takayama Midoriya. We had 2 kids, both with symbiotes because of something involving a symbiote DNA and the fertilization of Yu's eggs. And well, there were other things, like the time that Yu's life was actually threatened by someone by the name of Gigantomachia. As you could probably expect, whenever we ended up finding the guy, there wasn't much room left for mercy. And once we ended up finding the guy who hired him to do what he tried to do, there wasn't much room left for mercy for him either. And that way, I mean, both of them died as a result of our actions. And not exactly afraid at all to say this, we're proud of it. They tried to hurt the one I loved. I was never going to let that happen again. Anyone who had ever done it, on anything close to what happened to Toga, anyone who would ever tried to do something like that, they were going to pay, no matter what. And that is final. And about the kids, yes, plural, not singular. And that's not because of the fact that they are symbiotes. Well, basically, one explanation about whole Scorn's whole thing later. Oh my, sweet Celestia, that's horrible. Tell me about it. So, now, basically know your story. You know mine. I guess we can make a sharing circle out of the creatures that are supposed to be coming here soon. Spike was given a trail to follow so that he wouldn't lose his way. A trail being entirely made out of sapphires, but, sapphire trinkets, but that's besides the point. The whole point is your two other friends. Starlight and Twilight, and even her symbiote, the other version of Venom, your guys' version of Venom. Me and Carnage basically made it a point to try to make this our first impression, and basically just have what happened last night, well, be like, kind of like a zero impression, like bloopers, for like the actual time whenever we make our actual first impression. And they may not exactly accept that. Neither will the other princess probably accept it that way. But that's just me and Carnage trying. We're trying, okay? It's not... What I'm trying to say is, we weren't prepared for this. And I don't think anyone would be. So, whenever Starlight and Twilight, along with Venom, get here, I'm going to try to help them understand as much as I can. Because, from everything that I've heard, you want us to sound like you're just as much the victim as anyone else. Any pony else. Don't forget, yours truly. Every time Izuku feels miserable, just like how Venom would share the same feelings as Twilight, I feel it too. Oh, really, Carnage? You feel the same way that Izuku does every time he has a feeling? 100%. You have no idea, Sunset. You have no idea. Basically, how Venom's whole thing works, our whole thing works. Believe me whenever I say this to you. We are not, we're not like that other Carnage. That other Carnage was more of a parasite than a symbiote that he will ever be. The actions he did, the shit that he pulled. I'm nothing like that. I never wish to be anything like that. I care too much about Izuku and the others to ever do something like that. Sure, we may have extreme motives whenever it's considered, the whole thing with you and your pony friends. But that's just us and how we feel, about actually being there, actually saving people, helping them, being the best heroes we can be. Although it may seem nice if you're the best because of what we do, we're honest with you whenever we say we are genuinely trying, Sunset. Please try to understand us whenever we say we're doing our damnedest to try. We truly are. Please. Can't exactly ask for any much more than for you to just please try to understand. Well, I think I can, and, well, Spike, I'm not exactly sure, but with Starlight, Twilight, and even our Venom, that's driving a hard bargain. It sure as hell is. Ah, shit, that's Starlight, isn't it? Well, who else do you think it would be? The Tooth Fairy Venom? I mean, shit. Who else do you think it would be? The Tooth Fairy Carnage? I mean, come on. It's obviously not that other one. The one you call Twilight. Otherwise, Venom would be wrapped around her in some way, shape, form, or fashion. At least their Venom. It's not what you think. How did you know what we were thinking? Starlight. Listen, please. I'm not here to solely judge you based on what happened last night. I'm going to try and go onto the same boat as Starlight here, and do my best to try to see it from your point of view. Because, well, Twilight tried that again and again with me, and eventually I understood the magic of friendship. So, at least I think I could try doing it with you, and in a similar way, in the fashion of, well, not automatically outing you from the situation. By the way, where's Spike? You think the sapphires? They didn't even bother to bring them up to the table. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, Starlight, please don't tell Twilight I was eating them off the floor. I guess there were so many at one time, I kinda lost track of my own thoughts and just stopped thinking altogether. We all have those moments sometimes, Spike. We all do. Uh, Now, just about Twilight and Venom. What they're going to think. Uh, um, Starlight? Uh, Twilight, you're here. And I'm here too. Oh, Venom. Hi, Venom. Yes, hello, Venom. Now, Venom, just like how Starlight Sunset, and Spike are all our friends, and they've all come here to try and talk things out. I think we should at least give it a try. Ah, lady, you were forced into this by that Princess Celestia woman, weren't you? What? How the hell? How the hell was I able to tell? It's called, body language. You're not very good at closing off your thoughts whenever it comes to the superior symbiote. Don't you dare try to lie to me and say that yours is better. I mean, obviously, even it should know by now that whatever universe, it doesn't matter. Carnage will always have more power than Venom. Not trying to brag or anything, just telling the truth. The pure-ass Carfax. Ugh, damn it, I hate it whenever people I don't like, or you don't like, or both, are right. He is right about that. As much as I want to end this smug little... His symbiote is definitely stronger than us. Even if we did suit up, we would still basically at the point in which they've become stronger. Honestly, what the hell have you been doing to get so damn strong? I mean, I could tell, being stronger than us because Carnage versus Venom and all, but Jesus, that's a huge-ass power gap there. You can sense it too, right, Twilight? Actually, yeah. You guys are ridiculously strong. Yeah, well, kinda comes with the territory of, everyday life being a total SOB to you. Every chance it gets. In other words, basically, I either had to grow up here or die in the world, the kind of world me and, friends and family live in. Though, things are indeed changing to where the world isn't as, much of a shithole for those that aren't as fortunate as others. But due to all the shit we had to overcome, plus Mr. Aizawa's teachings, yes, Mr. Aizawa, the teacher of the hero course, our teacher, for the longest time, that is. And don't act like just because he's not our teacher anymore, he's not a good friend. We're occasionally used to be drinking buddies before we got roped into this. You know? So, yeah. Kind of going through everything. Me and Sunset just went through about each other. And, well, all the training by Mr. Aizawa. And, well, even current events. No wonder we would actually be this strong. I mean, come on. Use logic because it's logic. Common sense because it's common sense. So, you're saying that just living your lives as you do become stronger because of the way your lives work? Well, technically, we are the leader of an entire hero agency. We call ourselves Team Symbiosis. Because technically, every member except for our own secretary, who's technically Shoto's wife, has a symbiote. And are, well, in their own right, their own level of badass. All the top heroes are in with the ranks of Team Symbiosis. Which reminds us, how exactly are they doing without us? I mean, we have no doubt that they can survive on their own, but I mean, it must be kind of messy with at least one of their heads that we've been gone for so long. Oh, I wonder, what would it be like to the other me get to know them? Well, hold it there, partner. I'm only willing to do anything like that as soon as we get back to normalcy with at least my problems. You guys don't really seem to have all that much going on that's really that much of a thorn in your side. So, yeah. At least once our problems are resolved, maybe then that can happen. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. Besides, that whole dimensional portal thing, well, crystal dimensional portal thing, doesn't even work anymore. Sure, you can still write back to each other, but otherwise, it's basically pretty much dead. However, we have indeed learned a couple of tricks of our own during the time that thing happened. Let's see. But would any of those be actually useful? Hmm. Well, I guess if... Oh my god, I can't believe we didn't think of this one sooner, Izuku. To be truthful with you, I don't exactly blame you. I mean, we were both flabbergasted by everything that's been going on. What the hell do you have that could honestly just instantly free both of you from whatever's going on here that's keeping you here? Oh, well, you'll see. That is, if the both of us want you to see. I mean, it's always nice to confirm things with a friend and technical, like brother. Oh, so you're asking me? Uh, oh, that thing. Oh, shit. Should we really show them Ultra Instinct? I mean, I get that it's only Omen and not Mastered, but still. It's Ultra Instinct we're talking about, Carnage. Ultra Instinct here. Damn. Just damn. Well, it's not exactly like Noel's going to lift a finger to help us anytime soon. As if he even knows where we are. To do that. Well, I imagine that he likes us enough that he would if he knew where we were, so... Yeah, that theory about him not knowing where we are, pretty ironclad as far as I'm concerned. Either that or he's asleep. Currently. Which wouldn't surprise me considering what happened last time he decided to help us. All that shit he ended up doing. Probably would indeed have him sleeping for quite some time. Well, that makes it ironclad. Basically, I'm not exactly sure how much this whole thing that we're about to do will affect you. Maybe in the same way as the whole crystal portal thing. Maybe not. Who freaking knows? At this point, but, well, whoever's willing to go with us, to get around, basically, are allowing to go with us. If you're willing. Sounds pretty fine. Well, Venom seems to be okay with it. I'm not exactly so sure. Yeah, me either. I mean, normally it would sound pretty cool, but, like, considering, like, different versions of certain symbiotes, yeah, I'm actually gonna pass. Well, what about you, Sunset? Well, I guess I came through one way with Twilight. I guess I can see another version of the human world with her and Venom. Yes, don't forget to include me. Well, then, it's settled. Remember, what we gotta do in order for this to work, Carnage. You've done it before without you having to remind me. So, what makes you think you have to remind me now? Well, I just don't want you killing everyone once we do this. Oh, you mean the blast of power? Yeah, you have a point there. What blast of power? You guys might want to step back. Because what we're about to do is going to give us enough power to punch a hole straight through the fabric of reality, all the way back to our own home, and possibly leave the hole open enough, long enough, for you two to return whenever you want to return to your own home. Oh, you have a way that you can actually do that? And you forgot? Well, we kind of did. Ish. Though, the whole mastered state of it is kind of awkward to do. So we usually just go by the first state of the power. It's known as not Ultra Instinct Mastered, but Ultra Instinct Omen. Ultra what? Izuku, just have us enter Ultra Instinct Omen. Okay. Going Omen in 3, 2, 1. Whoa! That was crazy. Holy crap! I literally think I almost flew straight off you, Twilight. What the hell is that? Oh my god. And I thought the power that Carnage, gave off whenever entering that monster form was scary. This is insane. You call this Ultra Instinct Omen? I wonder what mastered form is like. Believe me, Sunset, you don't want to know. Yeah, Izuku's right. You definitely don't want to know. It's best that we kind of keep it to a minimum, at least. At least for now. Well, let's do this! Well, there's the hole. Whoa! My god! Sweet Celestia! Okay! Into the portal we go! Oh crap! What the? Ah, crap! Ah, oh, oh. Well, that wasn't exactly the best landing. I was trying to help soften it. Ah, Twilight? Something tells me that, hmm, we've, bit off more than we might be able to chew. Oh yeah, that's right. I should probably get into contact with Shoto. Um, Shoto. Yeah, it's me, Izuku. And yes, I'm still alive. The hole that I made, yeah, I made it so that it would send us to Japan. Where are you and Hikari? Oh, shit. They've literally been waiting for us at the agency building. Son of a... Thanks. Thanks for the info, Shoto. Yeah. Love you. Bye. Like... Hmm. Well... Hmm. One long exploration of the what if universe altogether. Well, that surely was something I wasn't exactly expecting. You can say that, Twilight. You can say that again. Well, I truly am glad for the both of you. The fact that you've been able to, well, you know, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm tripping on my own damn words. I guess I'm just really wanting to see your family again. Oh, you hit the nail straight on the head. Sunset. Wait, what are you doing, Twilight? What are you doing? It's called a hug, silly. Kind of as something, well, at least as a way to make up for how I was to you. You and your symbiote were not exactly in the best of ways, and also confused whenever certain accusations were made about, well, your symbiote. Plus, interdimensional travel, whenever you're not prepared, I guess could really be considered a bitch. So, this, to make up for it. Can I join in? Sunset, okay, now both of you are hugging me. Okay, now Spike and Starlight, all of you are hugging me. And Carnage, okay. Well, uh, I'm at least glad to know that things are decent enough with all of you. Now, to finally get to my family. Hope we can at least remember where our own damn hero agency is. Then we can return home, and I don't know what the hell we were going to do. Later on in the day. Oh, God, why does it feel like I'm breaking my own bones whenever I try to open the door to this damn thing? Maybe because we are exhausting ourselves past our breaking point, just to get here on foot. Yeah, not one of my best ideas, but it's just better than nothing. Now, where the hell are... What? Oh, blah! You, Ikari, don't you ever do that again. To be fair, I couldn't see the interdimensional portal that was right in front of me. It's like he made it invisible, that meat Dorito dude. With the Illuminati eye. Dad? Yeah, Hikari? Well... Uh... Um... I really don't know how to say it. I really don't know how to say this. Maybe I should wait for a decade. I mean, it's not like, Scorn and Miles are going to be doing much moving outside of New York for a while, so just wait a decade to actually say it. now he's got us both interested. I can tell, Carnage. You're so good at telling about me. But I learned from the best. I saw him may always wear a blank face, but he can indeed be very expressive whenever he wants to be. Wow. What do you think Hikari meant by wait a decade? Because he thought that Ursa and Miles wouldn't be doing much moving from New York for quite some time, quite a while. Honey, 10 years. Our little baby boy, he's 8 now. In 10 years, he'll be 18. I can do math. Wait, what? 18? No way. He's gonna follow Scorn, isn't he? Ursa and Scorn. Those two are gonna follow them. Well, if it helps them with a better life, then I really don't have much of a problem with it. I just want us to be able to keep in touch. Plus, I don't want to hear anything about being lonely without them. Because, you do have me and Carnage. Besides, they have symbiotes. They're strong enough on their own. They can take care of themselves. I guess you're right, Izuku. It's just... Damn. 10 years later, New York City, New York. And we resume. Woohoo! Hell yeah! Going around at the speed of sound. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Da-na. Follow me. Set me free. Just me and we will escape from the city. I'll let you through. Follow me. Oh yeah. Adventures looking on every turn. Holy shit! Oh, wow. That was close. Maybe not as much improv singing whenever I'm web swinging as actually looking where I'm going. That would actually help a lot. Well, now, just to find where the two lovebirds are. Ah. Well, let's do this. Hold there, evildoer! You are now underneath the true power of the Spider-Gwen! Spider what? And the hell? I'm not a freaking criminal. Are you tripping on acid? Lady, you must have some serious big balls and serious big problems. Even bigger problems. Because, holy freaking shit. And instead of balls, they're missing like ovaries because, you're a woman. No discrimination though. Just saying. Because, you're absolutely apeshit crazy to be thinking I'm a bad guy. I'm the one who stops bad guys. Preposterous, for I am Spider-Gwen. Spider who's a what's it? Ugh. Enough of this bullshit. How do you say to use these? Oh yes, Miles said just to do this. Well, first I gotta slide. Whoa! You almost could have had that attached to me. Oh no. It doesn't exactly need to be attached to you. It just needs to be on the same surface. And within, a certain radius of the person in order to affect them. Say, who's a what's it now? Don't be bullshitting me. You know what I just said. And press. Yeah. Everything I feel is pain. And that's what happens whenever a crazy person tries to freaking arrest the one, the only Toxin. We are Toxin. So, what was that? I couldn't hear you over the sound of my broken body. Ugh. Toxin, suit up. Shh. With pleasure. Now, basically, because if they have zero respect for us, then I don't think we should have any respect for them. Though most would consider that stooping to their level, I consider that just, well, payback whenever payback is due. So, free for the collar? Free for the collar. What are you doing? Grabbing you by the collar and smashing you into a brick wall. Bam! Ow! Ah! Man, damn, she'd be asleep. That's how you manhandle a woman, friend. Yeah, talking about manhandling, more like beating the ever-living crap out of. Let's make like a hit and run. Grandma got run over by a reindeer and GTFO. The scene of the non-crime, but more or less act of self-defense against a freaking psychopath, as far as I'm concerned. Freaking Spider-Gwen? Who the shit do these people think they are? Anyways, now, back to getting to the lovebirds. First, don't you think you should... Oh, yeah, that's right. Peter. You just have to bring that up now, don't you, Toxin? Well, it only would be nice to pay your respects. I mean, why else would you have bought those flowers? I mean, you're not into Milo's girlfriend. I mean, that is unless you want to make it a threesome. Oh, hell no, 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 no. The flowers are definitely for, the other thing. That's what I thought. Okay. Well, thank you.
Right.
No, I knew.
This is mine, and it's almost gone.
Just a tiny sip.
God. Now I'm gonna have these germs. Dude.
We're blood related, it's fine.
No, it's not fine. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now got my cookie shots.
I don't have cooties, that's for girls to have.
Whatever. Where's that puppy at? Come on, Tim. Come on.
Yeah, we have a puppy now. Her name is Tilly, and she's a Labradoodle. A Labrador and a Poodle mix. That's what they call a Labradoodle. Anyways, so basically just gotta find the grave and put these down and say what I need to say and juice it out of here. It's getting close to night. Don't tell me you're scared of the creepy creatures of the dark. Now, are you, friend? I'm starting to feel like you're less my friend, more like a, half-baked bully. Oh, really? You gotta be like that? Well, it's more or less what it seems like. I'm only doing this because, well, I mean, come on, one of us had to have some sort of trait from Dad. Oh. So this is just... yeah. Something that I got carried over. But I just can't seem to help it. Well, at least now respects are paid. And that means you and me juice it. Already juiced. And out of here. I wonder what it will be like whenever, basically Ursa sees us. Yeah, finally actually figuring out that you're still alive. You know how she worries about you like that. Always, trying to figure out if you're gonna still be standing at the end of the day. She knows just as well as I do that with the symbiotes that we have, and that the already body strength we have, we can take down anybody we come across. Or at least the majority of those people. And it shouldn't be much of a problem. Just that Spider-Gwen lady. I just get a really off feeling from her. You're not the only one. Though, at least try to not make it as obvious as other things we've had off feelings about in the past. Okay, now you're just going straight back to bullying me. You know you love it. It's fun, I guess you kind of are adorable whenever you attempt to piss me off. Because, not every attempt is ironclad. I mean, honestly, who is telling you how to try to stir someone up? Like, are you getting lessons from a goose? Oh, you never know. Some of the most helpful animals are the most unassuming. I guess that could be said. Ah, here we are. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's the right. He's under the mat. Okay. Thank you. And turn. Open sesame. Oh! Hikari! It's so nice to see that you're back. Yes, it is indeed nice to see that you're still in one piece. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Morales. It's nice to see you too. It's also nice to see for once that Mr. Morales actually cares more about me than the game. The game isn't on, now is it? Just had to be bait and switched him that one. Technically, you baited him himself. Baited in yourself. Yeah, whatever. Just, where are, oh, where are Miles and Ursa? Well, honestly, probably not. You probably shouldn't bother them. Oh, trust me, I think Ursa will at least be glad to know that I'm not dead. And Scorn also glad to know that Toxin isn't dead. Well, can't fault them on knowing about them. Yes, that is indeed true. It's almost like you can read their minds. Some people just get that lucky. Sis, we're still alive and at home. Oh, Miles. Shit. Uh, Gotta wait for a second. Oh, Hikari! Holy shit! Damn, don't worry me like that. You were gone way too long. Really? I don't think I was over 3 minutes of my usual schedule. That's 3 minutes too many. That goes for you too, Toxin. Yes, it does go for you too. Jesus, sis. Good God. Yeah, Scorn, you really need to pipe down with the extremism. I mean, Toxin can only take so much. I mean, I know some symbiotes to be metal as hell, and trust me, you're definitely in the book. Why, thank you. Anyways, aside from that, I'm just glad to know that you guys are alive. Now, back to what me and Miles were going about. Wait, you guys are doing the whole thing, right? So yes, we know. Really think that we would forget? Miles was like, for the longest time, a sidekick to Pete, and Pete is a freaking super genius. And plus, with all that info, you really think that I wouldn't be smart? No, I'm not saying that at all, sis. It's just, you know, you know, just wait until you think you're ready. Don't need anything to be forced on you guys. Don't want that either. Believe me or not, I care about you guys. Miles is like a little, or like more or less big brother to me. Yeah, and Miles, basically, you see this box? Yeah? What about it? Look what's in it. Oh my god. You guys. You too. No way. Oh shit. If you're proposed, then when's the wedding? I gotta tell mom and dads. Like, I absolutely have to tell them if you're not gonna tell them. Uh, don't worry, Hikari. I, for once, seeing as it's our wedding, I'll be in charge of taking care of the whole thing about telling mom and dads. Oh, and, well, don't exactly act like Gramps. Angie isn't going to be here. Oh, God, no, not Gramps, Angie. Oh, he's gonna make a mess out of the place. He always becomes an emotional wreck whenever it comes to stuff like this. Plus, he's scared shitless because of the fact that we're both here and not where both mom and dad can ensure that we're always safe or whatever. Japan. I'm surprised you actually were the one who also decided to go with me, or actually decided to go with me at all. I mean, it took you 10 years, but finally, I mean, damn. Ah, I guess, well, we can really indeed consider ourselves members. Yeah. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Morales have a daughter and another son. Yeah, you could see it that way. Can't wait to tell them. Hey, dumbass, did you just forget I was going to tell them? Did you just forget that I just told you that? Oh, shit, sorry. It's just, I'm not used to basically you taking this much initiative right off the bat, or at all. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Well, Ah, shit. Hikari, you were such a dumbass at times. Well, at least we already have some things planned out for your wedding. We know probably a good amount of who's going to be there. I mean, don't exactly act like our uncle and other grandpa wouldn't be there. Yeah. And Grandma Ray's actually gotten better and fully, recovered from the whole mental shutdown that happened. They ended up getting, who that scar on their eye. So she should be able to come to the wedding too, right? If it's okay with you also know who, then possibly. Me and Miles aren't completely sure yet. And as about me, holy shit, Miles, do not do that! You were right behind me. Good God. What the frick? Scorn could have almost popped out of my skeleton, you doing that. Straight out the ends of my spinal cord. That would have not been pleasant for either of us. Well, yeah, but, that's the whole thing. There's a little something you guys might be forgetting. Or some things. Best man, flower girls. Well, the flower girls is a little bit of a weird situation. However, the best man, obviously, since he's my little brother, I wouldn't give the opportunity over to him. I mean, it seems obvious. Yes, it does, but being obvious doesn't exactly always have to be bad. And now all we have to do is figure out flower girls. And well, other stuff, but that can wait till later. At least now I know who my best man is. Little guy. I am not that little. I'm like 18. Plus, whenever you call me little guy, it makes Toxin do some sort of weird shit underneath my skin. It's almost like symbiote boiling? Oh yeah, heard a lot about that from your father, about how his symbiote used to boil, almost like mesh with his skin while doing it. That's how you know your symbiote is pissed off. Like, beyond what most would consider repairable. Oh, I guess Toxin feels like whenever you say little man, you mean both of us. Like, you might be misunderstanding things. That's fine. Just might take some getting used to everything. But just so you know, you guys are always welcome at this house. Because more than anything, Ursa is the love of my life, and Scorn is her symbiote, and you are the little brother of the love of my life, and you have yourself a symbiote. So, I truly do mean it whenever I say you are always welcome here. Yeah, but you guys gotta move out eventually, like, you know, wait until you found a good house, yeah, that's for sure, but still gotta move out eventually. Well, that is true. Yeah, like you said, we have to wait till we find a proper house that me and your sister and her symbiote can both agree on. All three of us. Wow. Considering the way Scorn is, I find that it's going to be hard, very hard to do. Yeah, even I agree on that one. Ah, come on, Ursa, what the hell? I thought we were on the same team here. A team that goes against my own boyfriend? Nuh-uh, no thanks, no siree. Bob, Cratchit, wherever the hell you are, no thank you. Anyways, that's a wrap. Bon voyage. Arrivederci. The Dark Shadow Maverick is O-U-T out of here. Let's see if it works a second time. Play me on pause.